What's going on, guys? Rannerz here today. Custom tactics video for you guys. Since there's going to be no more patches in FIFA, this is like my endgame tactics. So there will be no more for this year. So this is pretty much it. I'll slap a contract on. Hold on, it's pretty random. If you guys are new around here, please do subscribe, and if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. This time, for the first time, I'm gonna have gameplay actually with my after the custom tactics, because a lot of people have been asking for that, and it does make sense. I can kind of show you what the tactics are good for, how it kind of works to play with this, you know, just stuff like that. But anyways, without any further ado, let's get into it. Also, this is going to be a 4-2-3-1 and 4-2-2-2. It's basically just my tactics, but I'm going to be showing you everything I do. So I use both formations here as my defensive and ultra defensive. Then with the attacking variation is a 4-2-3-1 variation, and then if I'm behind and need to catch up, I have this full all-out attack 4-2-2 formation. So this will kind of show you what I do. So I normally start in 4-2-3-1. So straight off the bat, you got drop back, 5-4, balanced, 7-7-2-2. Basically, with this 5 is perfect because the formation is a wide formation, but it's a wide narrow formation because the cams are narrow. So just having it on 5 is fine. You can defend against pretty much every formation with that, it's fine. Defensive style is drop back because basically drop back is just the way to go this year. If you use anything else, you pretty much just put yourself at a disadvantage. Depth with 4 isn't too deep, but deep enough so that your team is quite strong defensively and you shouldn't have really any gaps. Then style balance has been the best all year pretty much, especially with like a normal formation when you're not chasing. When you're chasing, fast build up is the best, but especially for 4-2-3-1, that's the way to go with 7 and play the box 7. Now I do cross a lot. If you watch my live stream, twitch.tv/Rannerz, I'm live pretty much every day, but I do cross the ball a lot, and that comes into it more in the play instructions as well, but that's why I have that on 7. And with 7, that's to get crosses in, but also to take first time shots, which are really good on this last version of FIFA. And then I have corner implication 2 and 2 because I don't like being counter attacked from either of them. It used to annoy me last year, and I'm glad this year we can actually finally just play the game with only a few people in the box so that you don't actually get countered and concede every time. Like, it was honestly a disadvantage to have a corner last year. I swear I conceded so much after them. So anyways, here's the 4-3-1. This is just my team personally. So I've, first of all, when you look at my team, I've got Ronaldo on the left because he's right footed, so he can take them first time shots across. And then he's obviously tall for headers. Same with Son. Son is good aerial E, but he has that 5-star weak foot, so he can take them left footed first time shots from on the right. And Sabio and Mbappe down the middle is just pretty standard, just good players. So the main thing here is on your striker you want to stay forward and aggressive interceptions. On the wide players you want aggressive interceptions and get in the box if you have tall players. If you don't have get in the box, but do keep aggressive interceptions on. Middle cam I don't have aggressive interceptions on because the middle cam does drain stamina fast if you go with aggressive interceptions as well. Even though you probably would steal the ball a little bit more, it's not worth the stamina drain. Then CDMs, this is a big thing here. You want cover center definitely, but you also, if possible, have stay back while attacking on your more defensive CDM. So for me it's Vieira, and then you want a second CDM that can go forward. So maybe Pogba if you're not as many coins as Hullet. You should have him on balance. It really helps if he drives forward. You then have your forward attackers free to kind of make runs and stuff, and it's very hard to defend. Now fullbacks I do always have balanced, so that I do have that extra kind of help in attack. And this year, because it's so hard to run with the ball, like you run slowly with the ball, it's fine to really have them in balance. You don't really get caught out because they can catch up to players so fast. So on the other side, and you want run type overlap, inverted doesn't really do much for you, especially since you can't really shoot from there with fullbacks. And then obviously nothing on the centre backs. So that's 4-2-3-1 covered. 4-2-2, more the same really. I do have extra width here, mainly because I cross even more in this formation, and because my front 4 is like one line almost, you want that to everybody to have their own space. Whereas in the 4-2-3-1, because it's like your striker up top, then it kind of cams there, and then camming behind, it can be narrower, if that makes sense. Then playing back still stays at 7, and then everything else is pretty much the same. Instruction wise, it's not too different. I just keep balance on pretty much everybody here. Get in the box on the wide cams again. Don't use aggressive interceptions in this really, because there's no cam, so like you can't really press them that well. They kind of have space in the middle, so it's just not worth chasing the ball. Then CDMs, once again I'd say back on Vieira, and then I just have balanced on Hullet, and just balanced on my fullbacks. Which that overlap doesn't really matter too much, since they don't do inverted runs unless you put it on inverted pretty much. But that's that. Then my attacking one is pretty much the same again for the most part. Just a little bit depth, a little higher balance instead of drop back, so you are pressing a bit more, but the attacking style is pretty much the same. As for instructions, I have all my cams on stay forward in this. Just once again, it's just a little more attacking, not too different. On the CDMs, I've held it now to get forward rather than just balance, and then I Vieira push up to balance instead of stay back in defense. Once again, just a little bit more attacking, you know, not too much. But then this 4-2-2, this is what I go to a lot if I'm losing, right? So you want constant pressure. Don't put width max, because otherwise your team is way too dragged out. You just want to put that at 6. Depth though, you do need to go full so that your team just pushes up, and obviously why would you want it to sit back? Fast build up. I do go a little low width here, because actually when I play like this I don't actually cross chase in the game. I just do them first time shots, which hopefully I'll have some in the gameplay for you later. Plays in the box, once again it's a little further down because I'm not really crossing in this formation. I do put corners and free kicks up to 4 just for the sake of it. I mean, I don't know, it doesn't really help me scoring, but whatever. And then I just have stay forward on all the attackers pretty much. One thing though is I never actually have getting behind on my strikers in any formation, because I think it's not really good this year, especially with how easily you get caught. And then I just have balance on everybody and balance here. The reason I don't have them get forward on my fullbacks and CDMs is because of fast build up. So that's going to make people bomb forward anyway, so there's no point being overkill in it. Anyways, that's pretty much everything ran through pretty fast. Gonna head into a game now, and hopefully I can kind of talk through it a bit more and kind of give you some examples so you know exactly what I'm talking about. So just a quick look at my skill rating. You can't see it in the corner because the webcam is blocking it, but it's pretty low at the moment. 2777. So it was better. I've been at 2900, but has dropped a bit since, especially since Div 1 dropped down to 1900. A lot of people have just dropped their skill rating. But anyways, let's get into the game. Hopefully it won't take too long. I'll be back when I've actually found a match, because this will take a while. Pretty decent team. A lot of prime moments. It's gonna be a good defense. Got that new Bundesliga left back, but he's his defense rating is actually quite low. So we'll see. Alright, switch to defensive after bat. Let's see what we can do. Basically, you want to start a lot of your attacks down the line, using your fullbacks that are on balance, and work it over to the other side pretty much. Oops. Get away with it here. Not a goal, but you get the idea. A few over the top true balls always do well. Save you on the box, La Croqueta, to spam that skill move. I saw it with the finish though. Could have done it one more time. Back down this wing. I'm going to try pass it back inside, wait for the CDM to arrive. And you want to really try and use your fullbacks in the attack. This makes it so much easier. Getting very unlucky with La Croquetas there. And let's go counter attack. LBX cross, back post. That pays up dead to win it. See, if you cut back enough times to like either cross it from counting back or to pass it back to like CDMs and cams. Eventually they're just gonna give up. You just staying going down the line, and you can just chip it back post. So at halftime, it's only 1-0. It's not been a very eventful game, to be honest. Not a whole lot happening. He had one decent shot, but he did hit it wide. Other than that, game plan's going well. Thinking I'm gonna sub on this new Havertz. He's a decent card, but I don't think he's as good as Son. But I'll put him out wide. Pretty good in the air. 97 jumping, 97 heading, and 6 for 2. So we'll see what we can do with him this half. So whilst I'm on drop back, it's still kind of pressing, but the benefit of drop back is even if they get past the player pressing with, you have people behind, and so you can win the ball back like that. And once again, we're starting to counter attack out wide. Lovely through ball to Ronaldo. See, can we finish this chance right here? It's sloppy, but it's still a goal. Once again, kept going down the line there because I assumed he'd expect to cut back, but as a result, I did get a bit fortunate with the hair making a mistake, but we still do get the goal in the end. Not a whole lot in his attack. Decent shot there, but this guy's been pretty easy to defend so far. As I give away the ball. And nearly give away a goal, so Michael with another great save. So once again, start our attack from the wings. Make sure we don't lose the ball, and then ultimately play the true ball over the top. Lovely touch by Havertz. Now we're in. So this time we are going to cut it back. See what we can do with this cross. Fortunately, it was a good save, and I didn't green time the header either. Gonna partially use the 4-2-2 here, just to switch it up as well. Kind of show you how to use that a little bit. So with the 4-2-2, it's very nice to have the ball to just CDMs. So like here with Hullet, I have a lot of options in front of me. So you want to drive forward, try to keep the ball with your CDMs, and then if you can pass for a first time shot. Kind of got to be a bit more patient with the way I play this formation, but you can still counter attack quite well with it as well. Get unlucky there with the AI block, but we still got the goal in the end. So it's just kind of patience is key if you want to play this formation the same way I do. Just kind of hold the ball with your CDMs and fullbacks, and eventually you will be able to pass up to your forwards, and a lot of times an AI block will happen that will just fall straight back to you, like what happened there. Counter attack formation is pretty similar. Always want to make your wide cams kind of make runs in behind. We set this up very nicely with Son. Good save. I was assuming he'd go across goal, but he didn't. This player's attacking a lot now, or pressing high should I say. But this makes it easier for us. Cheeky Blassie flick across. Havertz makes it 4-0. I mean, once he's kind of pressing this much and you get the true balls down the line and you can cross it in if you have these sort of players. Otherwise you would have had to obviously work in a passing chance there, but you still would have been able to pretty easily, considering how many players he has pushed up the pitch. Gonna actually keep going down the line here. Pen? Yeah, penalty. So you definitely want to take advantage of them fake shots at a slight angle that kind of give you a slight speed boost. Very effective. Penalty. What are we thinking? Okay, he's telling me to go left. You know what, boys? I'm gonna go left, see what happens. Easy finish. He's stuck in the middle. Makes it 5-0. Pretty clinical performance. Not much more to be said. This guy's attack wasn't all that good, so I couldn't really show much of this formation defensively, but hopefully you kind of learned a bit about how to attack with this formation, the 4-2-2 and the 4-2-3-1, as I did switch between them throughout this game. But other than that, guys, drop a like, comment and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Also, if you were wondering, well, I'll answer this, but our skill rating went up to, oh wait, no, I need my 500 points and I get to 2,000 from Wards, oh, only a +7, so 2784, not too bad. Bring me up to rank 1? No, it doesn't, but we'll get there anyways.